Welcome to Simple Windows Database Application. Myself Ashwin. So today we are going to learn about how to create a first or simple Windows database application in our lab. So let's start. So first of all, let's see what is a database application. Any application which is using a database, we call it as a database application. Either it could be a web applications or Windows applications. Web applications means anything opened through the browser with the URL, all we call it as web applications. Say Gmail, Facebook, Amazon, Online, SPA. All these applications make use of database, huge database we are trying to say. Here Windows applications do use database again, like hospital applications, medical applications, or MS Excel software which we use it in our day-to-day. Then we have a small store application. These are all, and these we call it as a desktop applications because all these are installed or available in our standalone machines, which is having a .exe file which we try to run and which will try to interact with the database. So both are using database. So let's see how exactly it can be seen with the architecture level, Windows database applications. So we have so many users which we try to interact, which are trying to interact to the database through many applications. So once they start interacting, they'll interact with the any of the applications like order entry application or a purchasing application or a warehouse management application. So in turn, the application will try to interact with the database. So this is what we call as three-tier architecture, because this is a presentation layer, this is a business layer, and this is a database layer. And database alone is an inventory thing, which will exactly store the data. So these are three, that's the reason we call it as three-tier architecture. As we have seen a DBMS with a three-tier architecture. This is what it is, a three-tier architecture. So another representation of the same thing, a presentation layer, a business logic layer, or a data access layer. And we store the database. So in presentation layer, we could see come across forms or images or anything media. So forms, basically the forms where the GUI happens, that is presentation layer. In business layer, mainly the calculations part, the interest of a FD account or any such Mars calculation or any such rules and regulations are treated in business logic layer. Then we come across a database data access layer where we try to interact with the database. The application wants to try interact with the database through the data access layer. The APIs we make use of nothing but functions. We call functions. So this is a kind of functions which we are trying to interact with the database. In database, exactly the tables, views, and data will be stored. So this is another way of representing a three-tier architecture. So for a developer, how exactly he sees a presentation layer with the forms. This is what we are trying to create. A student information like USN, you will enter, name he will enter, and then he'll enter age. Then I say insert. Then it goes to the business logic layer where we write the code part, calculating marks or any such thing. And then here the data access layer is also written in the code wherein we are trying to establish the connection to the database. So establishing the connection and then storing the data, executing the queries, all such code as were written here. And then at end the data gets stored in the database. As such, we could see a college database, and then we have a tables as such, a student table, and it has got three fields, USN, name and age, and data gets stored here in the database. So this is for a developer perspective, first time developer, how exactly is size to see. Then one other concept which I would like to see is the ODBC connectivity. Say we have the complete application available and we have a database, then how exactly it gets interacted? So we have something like ODBC connectivity, which we have learned in DBMS. Say to the driver manager. Say what is a driver which is trying to interact? It is an interface to interact within two applications. We have come across drivers like printer drivers or mobile drivers where the OS would like to interact with the devices. Here as well, application is trying to interact with the database. So we are using a driver which gives many APIs. Through these APIs, we are trying to store data into the database. So this is one concept which you would like to see. And we have many such cases. We use something like JDBC connectivity, where Java based applications are trying to save data in database, so we call it JDBC. So what is ODBC? It is open database connectivity, where it is used for any kind of database as such. So then before we starting, what are the prerequisites to be having in our system to develop a simple Windows database application? We need to know about Visual Studio 2010 or any other higher version 2012 and anything. It's an IDE to develop. And then we need to have the database as such, MS SQL Server 2008 R2 or any such database, or MySQL, which you are very comfortable using it. Any of the database, or Oracle, any database you could see. Today we'll see either of these one, MS SQL, Microsoft SQL Server, or MySQL Server. Both are different. Then we need to have a Windows application knowledge, which we already have by creating simple calculator how exactly Windows applications looks like. And then we need to have database knowledge, as such how queries are written, what kind of queries to insert, what kind of queries to retrieve, or such basic knowledge of DBMS is more than enough. So let's start with the small Windows applications as such. Say Windows student database application which we are trying to create. So here in a college we have students where we are trying to save student data with a simple two forms which we are going to create. One is to insert data into the database, another form retrieve data from the database. So here in the step one, let's start creating a database in MS SQL Server or MySQL Server. For us, let me create a simple database first. In the database, we are going to have tables. As such, we'll first create a database. So database, open, once you have installed MS SQL Server, then you need to open Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Once it gets open, this is the screen we have, and what kind of type you have, server, and this is very important, which you have to remember a lot. This is very important. The server name is required to establish the connection, and then authentication, we have SQL Server authentication, which will be where we need to provide the login and password. Right now I don't want to use, let me keep it simple. Windows authentication, which means whatever the authentication you used to log into your system, same authentication we are trying to use. Then I will say connect it. Once we have connected, we'll have access to create database in the server. Just like how we used to do it with the terminal, create database, we are going to make use of the GUI to create database. You can execute queries to create. Here in simple way, how to create database through GUI. I'm telling a databases, we have it. Then we need to create a database. I already have a Riverview database. Let me create a database for a college. Say a new database I'm trying to create. So I'll give the database name as college. Then that's it. I would like to have a college database has been already created. Now I need to create a table as such, a new table. Let me create a new table with the fields or the attributes, say USN. Then I would like to have the data type to be varchar 50. Then I would like to have one more thing like name. Then type is again varchar. Then I would like to have age as such, and this data type I would like to keep it as int. Then that's all. I have got a table, and let me save with Control S. Then it will ask for the table name, that is I would like to give student table as such with three fields, USN, name and age. It gets stored. So now we have a table called student. Let me see, do we have any data? Right click. So select top 1000 rows automatically. So we have no data we could observe in the table as such. So this is the database which we have created. So this is how we do it. Then let's see the next is Windows Forms application. That demo I'll give. So step 2 is create Windows Forms application. Let's create a Windows Forms application through File, New, Project. So here with this Visual C Sharp, Windows, here I'm selecting Windows Forms application and I'm naming it as first Windows database app. So let me save the application. So we have selected Windows Forms application where we'll have two forms altogether. So this is our form 1. So in the form 1 we are trying to insert data. In form 2 we'll go with retrieve data. In form 1 we need to have 3 text box to insert data. As such we'll have 2 buttons, one to insert, another to retrieve, and then we'll go with 3 text boxes. Since we have 3 attributes like USN, we need to have 3 text boxes. Then we'll go with the labeling part as well. Then we'll go with renaming the properties. Say I would like to call this as USN. Then let me call with name. Then we'll go with age. Then this naming I'd like to rename as insert. Then I'll go with this one is retrieve. Okay, now one form has been created. Let me create another form. So go to Selection Explorer, then select the project, right click, add new item, another form we are trying to create. That is, I would like to make use of Windows form. Windows form. Another is also Windows form. So form2.cs, let it be as it is. Then here we are trying to retrieve data, which means it will be in the terms of a table. Here we have a control called grid view. So we have a control called grid view. In data, go to data, we have a data grid view. So it is just like a table. It's just like a table. So it has got columns and rows and columns. So 2 forms we have created. So now forms is there. How to establish a connection between the Windows forms with these 2 forms and the database. So this is what we are trying to look into it. We'll see this in the next video, how to establish the connectivity between 2. So now we have completed 2 things, step 1 and step 2. We have created the database successfully. Now we have created the Windows Forms application as well. Now in the step 3, linking Windows Forms and database. So we'll see this in the next video. Thank you for listening to Simple Windows Database Application. Watch the next video, part 2.